So today's video is going to be just a little bit different than what I typically do because I'm not allowed into this building with a camera. But I just had my first client sign at this property, and Post Malone allegedly will be living at this building as well. So I'm going to give you all the tea, everything that I know about the Galatyn, which is one of the newest, most exclusive high-rises here in the Dallas area. And if it is your first time swinging by the channel, welcome. My name's Lucas and I'm a realtor in the city, and every single day I've got people blowing me up like you and 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 you, buying condos and renting apartments all over the city. So if you ever have any questions about anything that I cover, feel free to drop me a line and I will do the best I can to put you in the right direction. As you can see, I'm doing this here from the comfort of the home office. So I've got my cozy fit on, no buttons up today. So let's jump into it. So they started construction of the Galatyn a couple years ago. It took them a while to get permits approved, and they're actually still getting permits approved. And it's owned and managed by a development company called Streetlights. Pretty well-known builder, not only in Dallas, but throughout the entire country. They're obviously doing the Galatyn. They've also done the Hamilton, which is over in Deep Ellum, but the Galatyn is going to be the crown jewel of their collection. There are 20 floors in this property, but only 56 units, being comprised of 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and then 2 penthouses. So there's only going to be around 3 units per floor. Pricing starts anywhere from $12,000 to $18,000, and the penthouses start at around $30,000 a month, with units averaging 2,700 square feet. So a lot bigger than what you typically see for apartments and high-rises in Dallas. These are essentially homes in the sky, extremely boutique. You're probably scratching your head about to have an aneurysm thinking, who on God's green earth can afford to live in a building for $12,000 a month? And I hear you, but the reason why is that there are people in this world that do exceptionally well financially. So think about people like Jerry Jones, Troy Aikman, Mark Cuban. My client was actually a business owner, very, very wealthy business owner. And these are the types of people that are going to be living in this building. And it also might shock you that a lot of the people that are going to be living in this building are using it as a second, third, or fourth home. Much like the McKenzie, which is just right next door, another high-rise, maybe a pitching wedge away from Galatyn, because the McKenzie is also owned by Streetlights. So we're seeing a lot of tenants from that property trickle into Galatyn as they open their doors in January of 2026. And as of right now, again, we've only got 56 units. Supposedly more than half of them are already pre-leased. So once these units fly off the shelves, they're really not gonna be available again unless someone decides to not renew, or if someone decides to move out later in 2027. Don't see a lot of availability coming on stream after pre-leasing is complete, because this is somewhere that people are going to choose for safety, security, obviously luxury, but most importantly privacy, because a lot of these people have very high social profiles. They don't want to be seen. They don't want to be jumping around building to building like some of us do, which is why I think that once this building gets leased up, it's going to be very, very rare if a unit does come available. And when that unit does come available, it's going to be snatched very quickly. And I'm going to go back to talking about the building, the amenities, the finish outs, everything that makes it unique. But I did get a client into the building recently, and they gave me a gift, of which I wanted to show y'all because I thought it was interesting. I typically don't get gifts from buildings when I bring clients, so I wanted to show y'all what they got me. So the front has the Galatyn logo embroidered, and as we open up, got a hard copy of the Galatyn book here. I perused through it a little bit. It just talks about all the amenities, the finish outs, the floor plans, pricing, square footages, a couple of messages from the CEO of Streetlights, so pretty cool there. And got a glass of champagne. You know, we don't have a whole lot of this where I grew up, so that was cool. Like, we got a beach grass and dune scented candle branded by the Galatyn. Let me check this out. Let me smell this. Not bad. I'm more of a volcano candle from Anthropology type guy, but this one is still very, very nice. What else we got? We got some Galatyn branded honey. And then, let's see what else. T Forte signature collection. So we've got, I'll put this up to the camera real quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different types of tea. Green mango, white ginger, black currant. Y'all can see, pretty thoughtful. And then, the Village Baking Co. So this is a gift card for a bakery that just opened up down the street, and always comes in handy. And then as well, we got, looks like some chocolates here. So again, nothing over the top, just a friendly gesture. And kind of wanted to show that to y'all because, like I said earlier, buildings don't give realtors gifts. Buildings would actually prefer you not to use a realtor, which that's a whole separate topic. If this is how they treat their realtors, I can only imagine how they treat their residents. So with that, I'm going to tell you everything that I know about parking, because parking here, much like the pricing, as you can imagine, is very, very different, because Galatyn is going to have valet parking only. So I'll say that one more time, valet parking only. There is no self-park, which on the surface sounds as if it has lots of advantages, but might come with some disadvantages depending on how they roll this out. Because I think the biggest concern for most of my clients that I've brought to this building so far is just time, right? Like, what if I leave something in my car and I just need to go to the garage and get it? Do I have to text the valet and have him bring it up? Can someone just go run and grab it for me? How long is that gonna take? What if I'm in a hurry and if I need the car in like 30 seconds? Like, how long is it gonna take for a valet to bring it to me? Which are valid concerns. And I think the Galatyn has a plan for parking on paper walking into this lease up, but plans can always change. And typically when buildings do something like this, the plan is never sharp before the game. The plan only gets sharp after they jump into the game. So I'm sure that they're going to recognize deficiencies in the process and improve them as time goes on. But all in all, again, there's only 56 residents at this building. So how many cars can there possibly be? What if they have like 3 or 4 valet people running and grabbing cars periodically throughout the day? Half the people in this building aren't even going to be living there full time. So I think that the whole valet parking thing and getting into your car quickly, maybe you did forget something and you need that out of your car ASAP, I feel like it's going to be rather seamless. And aside from parking, I'm going to be talking about all of the amenities and everything that I know about them. So one of the first things that's kind of unique about their amenities is that there's going to be an infrared sauna. Saunas, particularly in Dallas buildings, developers don't want to put saunas in their buildings. Lots of upkeep, they break frequently, they're expensive. Residents complain, but it can be a huge plus if it's managed properly. There's only like 3 buildings in Dallas that I know of that have saunas. One of them, the saunas are outside, and then the other 2 are your traditional saunas, of which are indoor. But with the Galatyn, it's going to be, I believe, an 8-person sauna, and there's also going to be robes, slippers, and complimentary towels for when you're getting in and getting out of the sauna. So that'll be cool. And then one other thing I wanted to talk about is the pool. So they're going to have poolside dining, so almost like a bed and breakfast type thing, almost like if you were going to go to the Swexon here in Dallas, or like a very fancy hotel. And as far as the vibe of the pool, it's not completed yet, but last time I was there, I want you to think about a place like the Hamptons, and imagine if you had a friend that lived in the Hamptons and they had a huge backyard with huge oak trees around the perimeter of the yard for privacy. And that's kind of how the swimming pool felt as I was watching them build it last time I was at the Galatyn. They don't really want it to feel like a swimming pool. They want it to feel more like a garden of which was hidden in a private estate. I could tell that the tile that they're using in the pool is probably imported from Europe or somewhere overseas. It was not domestic. And the pool area is going to feel as if you're in France or somewhere overseas. On top of that, there's a library, which I kind of put in air quotes. It's going to be more like a lounge, but not a massive, grand, floor to ceiling windows, 10,000 square feet lounge like you would see at somewhere like Hanover, but more of a boutique lounge, very chic, very upscale. and not like a library where you can go to check out books, but just more of like a study, like somewhere sophisticated, quiet, if you want to bang out some emails, phone calls. There is also a garden room and a sunroom, of which is going to be nearby the pool attached to the lobby area, which I think is kind of unique. And then obviously a gym. It's not going to be anything huge like at the Sinclair or at the Katy, for example, but it's going to be a nicer gym, very small, very boutique. People that live here are most likely going to have a membership already at Equinox or Lifetime, so you're going to have a modest amount of equipment. And then last but certainly not least is going to be the full service bar, which is 24 hours. So tea, coffee, and alcohol, and I've heard that there will also be food as well. So yes, there are buildings in Dallas that have bars, but none of them are 24 hours, and the majority of them don't serve food either. So I thought that was very unique. Before jumping into the finish outs and floor plans, I wanted to call out a pretty awesome boutique grocery store nearby that's sandwiched between the McKenzie and Galatyn. Every time I have a showing at one of the buildings, stopping in here is absolutely mandatory because I've never seen anything like it. The staff stays busy around the clock. All the pastries, meals, and coffee is made on site, so when I swing by, I usually get my signature iced vanilla latte. And in terms of meals, you're going to see anything from dressings, casseroles, meatballs, salads, chicken, pork chops, you name it. Some of the serving sizes are small for one-time meals, but then the majority of the packaging is more family style. So imagine you're a Highland Park housewife, husband is on his way home with a big appetite, the kids are screaming and you've got nothing planned. The Cottage Grocery store is going to be your cheat code. So in talking more about the building in general, some other nuances, a lot of properties will allow you to do a 6-month lease. You know, the standard is 12 months, but Galatyn is only allowing anywhere from 18 to 24 months, which kind of makes sense. They want long-standing tenants. They don't want to have to do make-readies every year. So the majority of people that are signing here, it's most likely going to be for either a year and a half or 2 years. I also heard that for you pet owners, if you have a dog or a cat, etc., there is pet relief stations on every single floor. And they also have elevators that are built by Mitsubishi. So why is that unique? I don't know the particular model of the elevator, but just envision a Lamborghini going up and down in your building. That's how fast these elevators are going to be. No other building in Dallas uses Mitsubishi products in their elevator shafts, but as you can see, you know, Galatyn has to go above and beyond with the rents that they're charging. So kind of makes sense. In terms of the units, like I said, there's only 2 bedrooms, 3 bedrooms, and then a couple of penthouses. Prices are increasing day by day as these units have slowly started filling up, but as of right now, 2 bedrooms are going for $12,500. 3 bedrooms are starting at $18,000. So just addressing the elephant in the room, cost per square foot is borderline insane to the average person. I'm going to talk a little bit about some of the things I've noticed with the finishes, and all of the finishes are going to be European, especially the kitchen island and like the countertops, for example. So the quartzite that they're using on their kitchen island is all imported from Brazil, and the developers and construction are paying extremely meticulous detail to ensuring that the grains on the quartzite, on the actual stone, line up and match as you're going flat through the surface of the countertop and then all the way down the waterfall. So those grains are going to match up, and all of that is done by hand. I've noticed 2 different color schemes as I've been walking through the property. One lighter, one darker. It was like a white and a grayish, I would say. Every unit except for the penthouses has 10-foot ceilings, which is massive, right? Usually that's just a penthouse feature. I kind of just look at the Galatyn as a building full of penthouses with the super penthouses up top, but 10-foot ceilings is definitely a nuance versus the standard 8. Oak floors all throughout the unit, so no engineered hardwood. This is true, real, authentic oak. And then another thing that I noticed in every single unit, which is more of a penthouse feature in any other building, is that you've got a service kitchen off to the side of the main kitchen. So every unit basically has true refrigerators, which kind of made sense as I thought more about it. And why would they do that? Well, let's address the elephant in the room. The people that live in these units are not going to be cleaning their own units. They're most likely going to hire cleaners. They're not going to be cooking, right? So they're going to have a private chef or someone else cooking for them. So they want them out of the common areas and in the service kitchen. I also noticed some of the lower units, like on the second floor, for example. I looked at one and the terrace was absolutely massive, and those had fireplaces and or grills, which there's only one other building in Dallas that I know of that puts a grill on their patio, and it's a penthouse unit. So the fact that they're sprinkling that into some of the units over at Galatyn didn't really surprise me. And then as far as the appliance packages, it's all branded by Monogram. And if you haven't heard of Monogram, it's the Ferrari of kitchen appliances. They scream luxury, and you typically only see them in penthouses or luxury condos here in the city. I also noticed separate soaking tubs and stand-up showers in all of the units. And then in every master closet in each unit, it has its own cabinetry with backlights built into the cabinetry, along with your standard rails to hang stuff up. As far as, fixtures, plumbing, etc., all the faucets, shower heads, knobs, they're either ivory or gold. So just by looking at it, it just screams as if it would be something very, very expensive. And then one of the most important things I wanted to mention about this building, because I've gotten a lot of backlash from posting it on social media, is the noise. Because if you think about it, we're right off of Highway 75, one of the busiest highways in all of Dallas, and it can be loud. And the developers spent years engineering the construction behind the soundproofing materials that they're putting in the walls. I can imagine it's some mixture of structural concrete as well as metal. There's not a lot of wood in this building, as you can imagine. So being right off of 75, the engineers and developers still put a lot of thought into the soundproofing. And after walking in and around a lot of the units, it almost felt like I was in a vault. Although noise might seem like a concern on the surface, I can assure you that the engineers and the developers crossed their T's and dotted their I's when it came to soundproofing. But all in all, I wish there was more that I could show you about Galatyn. Again, it's going to take an act of Congress for anyone to get in there with a camera. So I was lucky that I was able to get some photos from marketing literature and stuff that my client had sent me, just to give you an idea of what these finish outs look like. But in terms of the future, I'm seeing more properties like this open up in Dallas, because this is what the ultra wealthy want. They want exclusivity, privacy, and security. And when a lot of y'all calling me from New York City, Los Angeles, etc., there's going to be more boutique buildings opening up in Dallas soon. Like once these units get pre-leased, that's going to solidify the tenant base at Galatyn. I don't think you're going to be able to just walk in and do a tour like you can at a lot of other buildings. One is because they don't really take walk-ins right now. And then two, they're not going to really have anything to show you. So shameless plug, if you do want to get into the Galatyn, or if you want to get into a building like the Galatyn, feel free to reach out and I'll be more than happy to put you in the right direction and do the best I can, as I kind of live, eat, and breathe Dallas high-rises. So other than that, that is all we have for today. I appreciate y'all tuning in, and we'll see you in the next video. Y'all be good.